Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. This is yet another in our pizza series. Today we're going to make Cincinnati style pizza. Now I'll tell you the truth, before I started researching Cincinnati style chili, I had no idea there was Cincinnati style pizza. What is Cincinnati style pizza? Well, it's pizza that is based on what they sell at LaRosa's Pizza in the Cincinnati area. LaRosa's is a chain that was started in 1954 by Donald LaRosa and now has over 60 locations in and around the Cincinnati area, and by sales is the 14th largest pizza chain in the entire country. Their pizza is distinctive in that it has a thin crust and a thick, sweet sauce. And like St. Louis style pizza, it's cut in squares instead of your normal wedges. So, without further ado, let's get going on the crust. So what we have is a 1/4 cup of warm water, a teaspoon of sugar, and a teaspoon of dry active yeast. We're going to get that mixed together, let that bloom, and then we'll move on to the next step. So this is the day before we're going to have the pizza. Tomorrow, my beloved Kansas Jayhawks play in the National NCAA Basketball Championship. So I don't want to take a lot of time tomorrow to get dinner together before the game. Also, this dough, once we get it together, is going to need to rise for at least 24 hours. You could make it up to 2 weeks in advance, but we're not going crazy here, just the 24 hours. It's been about 10 minutes, my yeast is bloomed, good and frothy. Now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients and then mix those until a ball forms. So the rest of the ingredients are 5 cups of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of salt. We'll get that starting to mix. Into that goes a 1/4 cup of olive oil. And then 2 cups of warm water. So when you're done, it should be a little sticky, not real sticky, and that's where we got it. So now we're going to get that off the mixer, get our surface floured here. Oh my God, my shirt. All right, we'll do a quick outfit change. All right, now we're going to get this into a bowl. And then we're going to divide it into 4 equal pieces, making 4 pizzas tomorrow. Now we'll get each one of those into a bowl. All right, now we need to get those into 4 separate bowls. So the first time the director did this with paper bowls, I thought, that's crazy, that's not going to work, because I'm used to using glass bowls. Well, guess what? It did. So that's what we're doing again. So I got my 4 bowls here. We're going to get those coated with olive oil. Get our dough balls in there, turn them over and get them coated. Now they're going to get covered with saran wrap and then put in the refrigerator. In our case for 24 hours. As I said before, you can do this for up to 2 weeks. We're going to get that done, get things cleaned up, and then we'll get started on the sauce. All right, so we're all cleaned up from our dough making. Now it's time to make the sauce. It is an 11 ingredient sauce. 12 if you want to add the olive oil. I'm not going to take you through making the sauce. Here's what you do. We're going to combine all of these ingredients and then we're going to let it simmer on medium-low heat for about 30 to 60 minutes until it gets that good, thick consistency that we're looking for. So the ingredients are, I have tomato puree, I have minced onion, dried thyme, dried oregano, dried parsley, dried basil, salt, minced carrots, honey, brown sugar, and garlic. That honey and brown sugar, a little bit odd ingredients for a pizza sauce, that's what gives LaRosa's its special sweet flavor. Another pro tip for you, if you are dealing with honey, you know how you put that in your measuring cup and then it seems like a 1/4 of it stays in there? If you hit your measuring cup and your little holding cup with some vegetable oil spray first, it'll slide right out of there and life will be easy. So I'm going to get all of these ingredients combined, simmer them for 30 to 60 minutes, get that sauce right the consistency where I want it, and then get it packaged up, put it in the refrigerator. Tomorrow, we'll be ready to put these things together. So we'll see you then. Alrighty, so we have all the toppings ready. It is pizza day. Let's make this happen. So first thing we're going to do is throw some flour down on the cutting board, and a very good amount of flour. We've learned our lesson from previous episodes. Now we get the first of 4. So I'm going to make one of these, and I'm going to make this absolutely traditional. I've never ate at LaRosa's Pizza, but I've read their menu. We're making a meat deluxe pizza here, so I'm only going to use the ingredients that they say they use on their menu. Now, they don't say that they use Parmesan cheese. I'll try that with some later ones that I'm doing. But we get our dough out. It's been in the fridge for 24 hours. Get that on the flour, flip it a few times, start spreading it out. And now we'll get this rolled out. Once again, keep in mind the size of your pizza stone, and don't make your pizza bigger than your pizza stone. That's just silly. Speaking of pizza stones, I have had mine in the oven at 550 degrees for the last hour. We're going to get some good crispy crust. Okay, looking good there. Now we're going to get our peel and get that good and floured. We'll get our dough on there. Just draping a little bit over the edge. Once again, I just need a little bit over the edge to catch a hold of that hot pizza stone, and it's going to go right off like that. All right, going to take about 1/4 of our sauce here. Get that on our pizza. That sweet, distinct, thick LaRosa Pizzeria pizza sauce that we so painstakingly made yesterday. That's spread out, push to the edges. All right. Now, the next thing that makes a Cincinnati style pizza, provolone instead of mozzarella. Now, I know if you go to the grocery store, you're going to have a hard time finding a block of provolone or shredded provolone. You just go to the deli and you get good 2 or 3 inch slices of the provolone. Then you just run it through your food processor. So we'll get a small layer down here. Now we get our meat on there. All right, so we get our pepperonis on. Next ingredient in their meat deluxe pizza is Italian sausage. Get some of that on there. Ground beef. Aged ground beef, of course. Bacon, and we're using our Chipotle whiskey bacon. And capicola ham. Now we're going to top that with a good amount of provolone. Don't judge. That's how they roll in Cincinnati. We'll judge it when it's done. All right, now into the oven for 13 to 15 minutes. All right, it took just at 8 minutes to get that beauty right there. So we're going to let it cool down for a little bit so we don't melt our faces. Then we'll break out the Klingon pizza cutter. As we're waiting on this cooling down, hey, if you're liking what you're seeing, and I'm thinking you are, then hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Find out when every one of our episodes release. There's a little bell next to it too. Hit that. Hit it. Hit it. It'll tell you when you have an upcoming episode. Okay, let's get this thing cut. So, out with the Klingon pizza cutter. Another thing about the Cincinnati style pizza, besides the thick sweet sauce and the provolone, is that much like the St. Louis pizza, they cut it in squares. So that's what we're going to do. Ooh, good crunch. That's exciting. Well, if it tastes as good as it smells, we're doing good. Got one here, got the capicola, got the ground beef and the Italian sausage, a little bit of bacon. Let's give it a try. Nailed it again. Definitely something different that you should give a try to. Why do the same thing over and over again? Get some variety. So, thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, fair winds and following seas.